Hey everybody, so today I'm gonna be going through my, a crazy first save. It's just a basic tour of my first ever save. It's quite crazy. So back there you saw the particle accelerator in that one video I made where I drove through the hoops. Now here was where I moved after, the first area got all clogged up. I was just playing around. I thought this base was a lot, nicer. Then again, it got kind of bad near the end, but I don't know what I can say much about that. Now, if you notice, the factories that I made here were Scalti factories. Now, those aren't mine. That was from a video. Who I'll link in the description. They're very good. They're very good tutorials on factories, and I thought they were just simple because I didn't know how to make something very efficient, so I kind of just went with it. But in this area, you can see my very, very messy aluminum production, both basic and advanced. You can see I was walking on that heatsink line. Now you can just start to see the ginormous mess over here, which honestly, I don't even know how I managed to do it, but I just know where everything's going and I know what I'm doing, but no. You got the aluminum ingots going, over there and whatnot, but, it's just something, I don't know how to explain it. This was making radio control units using an alternative recipe. I forget which one it was. I know it just doesn't use crystal oscillators, whatever. So over here I'm just, walking under the the horrendous train line I made. That was just not. It was just for transport. But here's the like tier 1 and 2 copper factory, another Scalti thing. And over here, this was a train that I was going to use for something else, but this one I'm about to zoom in on. That's how I use. That's the old transportation way that I made it to my old factory. So it was kind of slow. It wasn't really that great, but I managed with it. But by that time, I didn't really use hypertubes unless it was for like something funny and all. But I don't know. Back there was a little doggo pen that I made. I thought it would have been funny to keep some in there. Then one of them got nuclear waste, and I was just like, all right, fuck it, I don't want them there anymore. So I kind of just killed them off. Actually, no, that's a joke. They kind of just disappeared by themselves. Now here you can see me going into a hypertube and going in an endless loop. Yeah, this is where I die. I was trying to slow myself down, but, I just fell right through the map. That's not very fun. I had to load the save. Actually, no, I don't even think I loaded it in time, but... Actually, no, I loaded it in time, no doubt about it. But it took so long for it to just load. It was like 7 minutes or something. I don't even know. It was terrible. So with that out of the way, I obviously, got some barrel nuts to eat and put on the hazmat suit because I was about to go to my nuclear production. So yeah, this time I didn't go all the way in the end. I took my chances and went, up in the front. Then again, I got locked back in, shooting off a lot faster than I wanted to, but we're going at a, at least a constant rate. Of course, it's going to slow down, the longer we go, but it managed to do what I wanted. So yeah. Over there was my packaged oil production. It wasn't terrible, but it also wasn't great. Actually, no, the packaged, not packaged oil, but packaged fuel, that was fine. And my turbo fuel plant was also back there. That glass, like, elevator structure over there was going to my, you see me circling around it, but, the glass thing was going up to my crystal oscillator and, AI limiter factory. Both of them efficient, at least I think. That was the first time I used trains, and this giant tower, excuse the rock, but this giant tower, like, almost like a second space elevator, I hope you can guess what that's made out of, but I did that purely out of fun and stupidity. I wanted to store a lot amount of things, but I never managed to go all the way to the top. I just, kept stacking, one thing on top of the other. But that little offshoot of it, was quite crazy. I had, uh, call it. It was a hypertube. That's what it was. So, it was kind of crazy going all the way down there, shooting back up into the sky, dying really fast. But on that map, I was pointing out to some of the beacons. Hopefully, you saw some of the other messes that I'll get to later, with all the trains and stuff. So, yeah. And also on this belt next to me, you can hopefully see some of the pressure conversion cubes. I think that's what they're called. They're going to the plutonium section of my nuclear whatever factory you call it. And now we're running up on the sulfur and limestone right next to me with still the pressure conversion cubes on top. So that means we're getting very close, and as a matter of fact, you can see the refineries making, I think, sulfuric acid. No, concrete. There's the sulfuric acid ones, and here's the blenders. So that's where I clipped a pipe and, fell under the map. I don't want that happening again. That's not fun, especially when, it takes so long for the save to load. It's just terrible. So I was making 3.6 uranium fuel rods a minute here. This was a very big project. I think I kind of was on hiatus for a little bit for some reason. I don't know what I was doing. But it took us so long. Here you can see the manufacturers making them. All the other stuff on the other side. And I don't know what I'm doing here, but I thought, this would be super funny. So yeah, I'm going to get into an Explorer. Oh, I wonder what I'm going to do. Yeah, let's use some solid biofuel. Sounds like a good idea, doesn't it? Like, it's just a short drive. Like, what? And I just hit a plant. You can see some of the storage tanks for this stuff, but, they weren't really needed. You see, I'm going to get out of my car in a very short amount of time. It wasn't really needed. I could have just walked this myself. So basically what I did was pretty useless. And, of course, I get stuck on a power pole in a tree. Or not even stuck, I hit into it. Here's the part where I get out of the car and then, destroy it. Like, what? I could have walked that myself. I don't know what I was thinking. I try to squeeze under this stupid pipe. There's obviously an easier way around it. And here we come to the water field. How fun, right? Bunch of water extractors for the nuclear power plants. Damn, they take up so much. But it could be worse. I don't even know how many there are in there. What? That's 3 water extractors for, I think I had 18? I can do the math. Just trying to get my way up. Stuff. So now at this point, running up onto one of the nitrogen extractors, and the sound it just makes. I love the sound. About to imitate it. Bum, bum, bum. Yeah, there you go. Oh, fun. So this is, as you can see, that Geiger, whatever, radiation level thing. I would have called it a Geiger counter, but whatever. That's going up very high. Went up, right up. You can see, yeah, you can see the particle accelerators in the back, and this ginormous, just ugly tower. This whole area was a mess. I was trying to set it up very quickly. It was not good at all. But, it did the job. But it turns out I wanted to have, like, a nice amount of, output, input stuff. So in actuality, this fissile uranium, that was giving me a very tough time. Now I'm going to open up this particle accelerator and you're going to see, it's underclocked. And I'm like, well, why isn't it overclocked or whatever? I just didn't have enough nuclear waste, and every time I tried to divide it by half or whatever, it would just be annoying, and there would always be a little fraction amount of nuclear waste that isn't, being used. It was kind of a bitch to set up, but, that's where the pressure conversion cubes go. So, yeah. And here's another bum, bum, bum. Yeah, very funny. Now here I'm just trying to figure out what's the best way to get down. I don't realize it yet, but, bum, bum, bum. Ah, I could talk about that machine all day. I like that. The three, especially the first, the bum, 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 all in line instead of like the bum, 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 or whatever. I don't know. But, So here is the one and only one plutonium power plant. The other, plutonium fuel rods are just getting synced. So yeah, water's not doing too hot, but I still have 600 going in. And now here's the point where, it would be smart to use the Explorer, which I do. So, thinking smart, because I kind of have to travel, somewhat of a long distance, but not really super. This area wasn't necessarily my favorite. I don't know what it was about it, but, here I get, flipped on the rock. But, hey, that was cool. Turned right side up. Anyways, this area was never really my favorite. I just never went here that often. Unless it was for, like, a hard drive or something. Whatnot. But, of course I gotta flip the car, because I don't know how to do that, but I can't complain. Oh no, don't run into the giant whale thing. Oh, whew, we missed it. Thank God. That would have been a disaster, wouldn't have? Oh, trying to beat the plutonium waste, huh? Oh, quick, get out. Jump on the conveyor belt. Oh yeah, we won, totally. Now, the fun animal. Passing some, I think, coal nodes are over here, and, now we're running up on the very fun, I think, 200 and something train line. Yeah. Oh, look at that sun beaming down. How nice. The fog just cleared. There was, this took a long time to kind of set up. It was almost annoying, a little bit finicky, but I can't say much about it. Here we run in the I wanted to store this far away from anything. And there wasn't really much. I think I overthought of this, but there's 719 something in there, 716. It's quite a small amount, but then again, very radioactive. So, I'm thinking, oh, maybe I should get that Explorer out again, and like, no. I could walk all the way over there, but, hey, I got an idea. Why don't I use the trains that I made? Here you see the fun power pole. So here I go, hopping in the train. Now, who would have thought it was a good idea? It uses a lot of power when it starts up, though. Oh, and you can see it just lagging terribly. It was never really... And then, it just, smooths out a little bit, but... It does like to use a lot of power. I wanted to change this, but I also felt like that would be too much of a pain, so I just kind of left it. I never removed it, obviously. Hell, I don't even plan this save anymore because of how, almost annoying the lag was. I wanted to do something, and I just couldn't. Then again, I can't complain. Everything was just, my fault. I did this all on my own, so whatever. The fun thing was, I wanted to do this long before I even made those Scalti factories in that new area. I wanted to do like a 400 train thing instead of 200. And, here I go walking off, train stopping. You can almost see the peak of it, but... Here I'm going to turn on the train, and I'm just going to leave it on. I'm not even going to do anything. Thank God I knew that there was a power almost pole thing in there. You can see the peak right there, and, just starts to slowly decline. Just squeeze right through the trains. What a good idea. And up there, you can see that train line and the secondary space elevator I made. Funny thing, that train line took about 4 minutes just to get from the old base to the new base. It was kind of annoying. I just, sat there for 4 minutes, doing nothing. Obviously, I had one station on each end, so I didn't, have to hold W the whole entire time. But when I made that hypertube, I shortened it down to about, 2 minutes. An improvement. I bet I could do it, even faster or something, but 2 minutes is good enough for me. At least I don't have to, hold W in a hypertube. That would be annoying. But, hypertubes do come with its, faults or whatnot. Some sick handling of the car. No, I'm joking. Not very great handling. The funny thing, the other day when I was playing, I accidentally ran into a jump pad, and the car turned around. It did a full 180, and it landed on all four of its wheels. I wish I got a little, video of that. That would have been funny. But can't always get everything I wanted, right? Now it just lives on as a tale to tell in a tour video. Funny. The fun thing was trying to set up this whole nuclear thing. It took a lot of materials, obviously. So you can see here's the oil. I mean, not even oil. Iron and copper. I had to go. Honestly, where I think I set it up was a very fun, not even fun, but a very optimal place because all of the things were kind of around it. They weren't too far away, or I wish they were kind of closer, especially the. I think it was the limestone and sulfur. Those were kind of one of the forests, but I can't complain too much. They were close enough. But it honestly did take a long time. It was almost annoying. Like I said before, I think I off-put it for quite a few days. But it wasn't as bad as my motor factor. I went out 28 days doing other things. It may have been 29, though. I kind of lost track at that point. But it was a 20 motor a minute factory. And honestly, I didn't even need 20 motors a minute. I don't even need them anymore, really, because I don't play this save. So, no fun, right? 28 days. I was doing other things. I think I was setting up coal power for update 4 because, that would screw up my old power station. 68 generators running off of, geez, I don't know, 2 nodes and like, I don't even know how many water extractors. Could probably throw up an image or something, which I honestly will do. I have a before and after photo of that whole area. So now we're taking the other half of the hypertube all the way to my old base, which will be very fun. I don't know why it's now lagging. Oh no. Oh wow. Oh yeah. Autosave. Jeez, didn't even notice that. Autosave's terrible. Freezes the game completely. Over there you can see, just this horrendous train line, just flying in the sky. I wanted to do something nice and neat, but I didn't do that anyways. I wanted to go to height limit with the train and see how fast I could go. You see that spiral thing around the space elevator? Yeah. You're gonna see another spiral thing coming up very soon. Just hidden behind those rocks. I think I might point it. Yeah, there you go. You see it. You see it. There it is. Down at the bottom of the screen. Look back at it. Jeez, what the hell are you doing? Yep. Tried to pull a let's game it out. Though, I didn't do it as good as he did, but then again, I can't really complain. I still did it. It took a very long time. Now we're walking in the forest of lookout poles. Yeah. Who would have thought, a forest of lookout poles? I used an auto clicker, obviously. That would have taken too long if I was just clicking myself. Sporadically moving my mouse everywhere. That did the trick immediately. So yeah, it's very dark over here too. It gets darker under the giant sky foundation. That's what I like to call it, the sky foundation. I don't call it anything else. Even before I made that, I just had like this giant, this giant cross. It was just a foundation. You can see that little one thing sticking up. That's where it was, and I just built off of that, and I thought it would have been funny. Um, Now you can see where the game starts to really get laggy. This nuclear waste, it's honestly a disaster. It's worse on the other side. You can only see like half of it. Um, I'll throw up an image of that, on the other side. You can see how bad it is. It's not good at all. It's really bad. There's also some other nuclear waste spots in here. I didn't feel like storing them at all, except for like this one time when I got really lazy and I didn't want to make a new one. Yeah, that was fun. I just thought using conveyors was a lot more fun and would have done a lot more to my save than, just placing down a few ISCs or whatever and, just shoving all the nuclear waste in there like, hey, check this out. No, it's more fun. It's more fun when it's on a conveyor. You're like, oh my god, you made spaghetti. What? I don't know. Now we're coming up onto the... Oh, yeah, look at that hot pink pipe. Ooh, fun. Yeah, this is really laggy. This is, like, the worst spot ever, because you'll see why in just a second. Now we're coming up into the forest of power poles. You're like, what? Forest of power poles? Look at it! Just look. Look at this monstrosity. What did I do? Like, what? I did this during Fixmas, that event. So it had a bunch of stupid wreaths. I didn't have the lighting things unlocked though, but this is just still a monstrosity. It's so bad. But hey, I guess you could say I made what would you even call it? It's not conveyor spaghetti. It's power pole spaghetti. There you go, or wire spaghetti. I don't know. Here I'm trying to climb over, but right now where I'm standing is ground zero. This is where my first ever hub was. That's where I placed the hub. You can see the whatever works, whatever, I don't even know what that's called again. Station something, I don't know. Not a workbench. I don't know. Tool, whatever, I don't care. That's where I first had the hub. So yeah. What a nice memorial of nuclear waste just spiraling around it and a bunch of wire and crap. Ugh, it was so good and bad. Oh jeez, it was very fun to set that up. Now over there you can see some other conveyor spaghetti. Now this area, it used to be a lot worse. I had a bunch of beacons. Like, I mean a bunch of beacons. There was about like 2K or something. It was really crazy. But yeah, that was fun. Now here I'm gonna place a locomotive, obviously to get up to the Sky Foundation in an easier way, instead of having to walk through lag forest. I tried going forwards, but I guess I couldn't because there's not even a rail there. I don't know why I deleted it. I think I just had the train running around, on an endless loop. Oh look, it is the fun zone. Look at how fun it is. Jeez. Honestly, this was like one of my first nuclear spaghettis. It was just terrible. And there you can see, the mountain in all its glory, and how absolutely batshit insane it is. Oh god, it's just getting really laggy over here. Oh, look at all the fun colors. You can see oh geez, you can see the nice yellows and the whites and the silvers and the oranges and purples and blues. Oof. Jeez, it's so bad. It's terrible. I used to have the autosave interval on 5 minutes, but the autosave never did anything. The autosave never worked when I bought the game. Then when I switched to experimental and then back, I guess it just worked normally. I don't know. It was just a complete mess, honestly. But, here we are, and you get to see... Oh, so much nuclear waste. Even before there was nuclear waste, there was heavy oil residue. That was fun. And oh, look at that name. Oh, my train tracks. Now here I have to turn down my video settings because it was that bad. And yeah, I normally play on ultra, but I'm dumping it all down to medium. Crazy, huh? So now with that all out of the way, this I don't know what to call it. Conveyor belt tornado. This took me about 40 hours just to do. Now, of course, I spread that, among different, playthroughs and whatnot, but that was still a long time just for that. I honestly don't know how much, Let's Game It Out does, but I'm still happy with what I have, no? I mean, who wouldn't be? You spent 40 hours making a conveyor belt tornado, and, I don't know. Now, I accidentally ran into my 600 plus, hypertube cannon. Longer than Let's Game It Out, so that's something funny, right? Now, of course, it's not powered, so I obviously have to, find some little place to power it. Uh, this part's a little tricky because I have to find something while standing on, I think on a conveyor belt or not. No, I think I just stand on the foundation. I know there's one all the way down at the bottom. I just don't see it yet. Almost there. To your right. To your right. Yeah, there you go. You found it. Alright, sweet. Alright, now with all of them powered up, you can see it just goes up a little bit amount, but, and let's just see. Can I get in there? Nope, not yet. Nope, not yet. Nope, not yet. Nope. Nope. One more try. Yeah, there you go. Now, this was absolutely crazy. You can just see it's lagging really badly. Yeah, it used to be a lot better. A lot more faster and efficient. But it takes a long time, honestly, with all this lag. It got worse over the... I was about to say years, but not even the years. Over the hours is more like it. But you see, now it's going a little bit faster, and we're almost at the end. Almost there. Come on, just a little longer. And, yep. There we go. Nice black screen. Just what I like. Oh, jeez. It was absolutely terrible. Well, I hope you stuck around for almost 30 minutes watching this. Well, I'll see you in the next video.